at night is bad.
So I work in the design district. That's where I work.
Yeah.
It's like the interior
But
design.
you're there in the day.
Yeah, and like the area that I'm in is gated. So even though it's open during the day, I'd be seeing like, people ride on their bikes smoking joints. That doesn't bother me, honestly. But you definitely see a few people like talking to themselves over there.
Yeah, so my car, they got into my car. I was in line to get inside on like an R&B Thursday. So the line was long, so they were plotting for sure to like get into people's cars. I had the location on it. So I'm on the phone with the cops and I'm just like, somebody got my laptop. Like, I'm trying to like follow them and they're like, we advise you not to follow. They're like, yeah, they said, we advise you not to follow the person. Just like, it's literally 5 minutes away. Like, I will go. Can a cop meet me right here?
You said it's a brisk walk to get to them, so I might as well.
Right. But yeah, so that happened and I had a case for it. They never found my laptop. So I got to save up for a new laptop. Yeah, very crazy. Welcome back to Kelly and Friends. Thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank
JB.
y'all. Thank y'all.
What does JB stand for? That's like.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
No, it's just short for my.
You can conceal your identity.
No, it's just short for my first name. We're just gonna keep it at JB.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
That might be a little too like impersonal. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it at JB. Well, all my friends just call me Bees though.
Yeah,
Beez.
Bees.
Yeah.
Bees.
Yeah.
Okay, Bees. I like that too.
It's starting to rain.
I know.
Is it really?
Okay, this is like.
Yeah, I have an umbrella if you need it.
It's good.
Because my hair is natural.
It might start looking dope.
Yeah.
It might start looking dope.
I gotta put this laptop away, but
it might start looking dope.
Yeah. So anything new going on with you, like as of now, or
you know what?
How was your week?
Me?
Yeah, how was your week?
You know my weeks are so boring. I work.
That is true.
Take care of my child. Look at that cute fucking dog. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I've. By the way, I have ADD. So you know that I have ADD, right? Yeah. So I'm like squirrel. It's usually a dog, but like I will. I get distracted.
You just lock in when it comes fast. You lock in.
No, but I'm a single mom, so like my whole week in life is extremely busy. I don't ever really have a lot of free time. I will say I got 4 or 5 loads of laundry done, so that's new.
In a day?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know about in a day.
That's right.
And at 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You know what's like funny with me is like I don't even like to like hear my washer doing that all day. You know some washers be a little loud.
Right. Depending on what
you know what? Maybe that means you need a new washer. That's what that means.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave it.
You might need a technician to come out.
I love a good cleaning day. Like a Saturday or Sunday.
It kind of feels like you're washing away your sins. Like you do on the weekend, it's like
right, a Sunday. Put on a good like gospel music kind of thing.
Friday and Saturday, Sunday is a restart.
Yeah, but so, you know, like, but like the AC will be on in the house, and then you just start like.
Yeah, turn your soul music, whatever you listen to, and then just start cleaning.
You gotta have some fans going, or something get a little too hot. Start going and moving around.
I guess you open your doors. You have to open the doors and bring in the new energy. You know, let out all that stale energy.
Sage everything.
Sage everything for the week.
I've never saged before. I don't
really.
Isn't that like?
I don't sage either. I don't sage either.
Yeah, I used to have sage at my old.
I just pop incense.
Maybe is okay.
I used to have sage at my old apartment.
Yeah.
Just keep the doors open and.
Yeah, my mom sages though. My mom sages.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, my mom sages.
I found a random sage at my job, like in a drawer. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Before I started here, they were saying,
"Ooh, the place that's going out of business."
TV fashion outlet.
TV fashion.
No, that's like I need to like keep that. No, okay. I can. I need to keep that on the low. No, actually, So he's actually. Oh, I'm recording.
Yeah.
He's I shouldn't say he because we're gonna act like nobody's behind the camera.
No, we can say hi to Kevin.
No,
shout out Kevin. Right? Shout out Kevin.
Shout out Kevin.
That's right. That's right. Kevin is wearing some pants from TV Fashion Outlet.
Oh, really?
And I think they're like 100%. Are they cotton? I think.
Nice.
With the pocket.
I like those. Those look comfy.
$5
at TV Fashion.
Yeah, and they came with matching jackets, great zipper. I guess like $10 total for like a sweatsuit with great quality at TV Fashion Outlet. So I would shout out TV Fashion Outlet. It's off of Wycliffe Avenue, kind of near in the Design District. They have shades for $2, rings and jewelry
It's like a thrift, or not?
So it's not, but they
Oh.
have vintage clothing. And the reasoning behind that, so they have new clothing from Target, J.C. Penney's, Dillard's.
Yeah.
Like you can find that BCBG brand and BCBC Max Serena, whatever it's called. Kind of nicer brands, Vince Camuto.
They used to have the Birkenstocks. You were telling me about
I got my
shoes,
Birkenstocks for
but they don't have
$5
shoes anymore.
They don't
Yeah.
have shoes anymore, but that was a good time to be around because they had Donald Pliner, which is kind of like an older, maybe like an older lady shoe brand, $5, $10. But right now,
that sounds like a thrift though.
It sounds like a thrift.
It's not a thrift.
Not a thrift?
I wouldn't put that in the category
Because it's
of
not
thrift.
donations. They do purchase everything.
So they're just getting, okay, I got you.
But
so they're just getting stuff.
they
like a
purchase
vintage, like whatever it's called, vintage. What is it called? Vintage. We're gonna put it down in the description, like the name of it for sure. But I just,
well, no, you can't. There's vintage because they've purchased from warehouses that the clothes have been sitting there for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
So by the time they're purchasing it and putting it on the floor, they're vintage clothing.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so it's like a wholesaler. They buy from wholesalers. But I mean, either way, they're shutting down. They couldn't keep up with the business, which sucks because I think
it was so low key.
Yes,
so low key.
Often sound. I mean, I've never heard of that.
I had never heard of it.
You can
she
still
told
look
me
it up.
Yeah.
But I think a company like that was really important, or a shop like that, because it really helped the community.
For sure.
Like you're thinking about like Oak Cliff, South Dallas.
Yeah.
All the ladies over there, all the aunties, the really cute aunties would go over there and shop. And they have like a lot of African pieces too for like very inexpensive and like full on like African fabrics that you would have to get overseas, and they have it there for very affordable prices.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's closing down.
When does it close down again?
Probably in the next 4 months.
Okay, so we still got summer to go in there.
Yeah.
Figure out what they have left.
But they've been there for like decades.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
And the
I've
owner's
lived
like,
here my whole life, and I never
know
knew about this place.
I know.
I never knew.
But you know, I would shout out TV Fashion.
Yeah. So I have a question to ask since we are in April. I know it's not April Fool's no more, but I do have a question. Like, have you ever been involved in like an April Fool's joke, like a bad April Fool's joke that you can think of, like in childhood, or someone did a bad April Fool's joke on you that you can remember?
Trying to think.
God, that's a trauma face.
Yeah, I
can think of one experience when I was in high school, and this is really bad. This is bad.
What is it?
But I was a freshman in high school, and like I had a friend, you know, my main friends, you know, we just always have like a good time, you know, joke around, whatever. And I told my friends, I was just like, let's like not talk to so and so on April Fool's Day.
Oh, that's crazy.
Let's not talk to her.
I don't know about that one.
Fucking mean.
Oh no. And so like everyone came in on April Fool's, and we just like didn't speak to her, and it was it was a bad joke. It was a bad. We were 15.
Nah, see, that's too early to be doing that. Nah, you got high school, like later high school,
exactly.
maybe.
We were kids.
No, but
like,
how can we be the
kids,
biggest bitches?
You see, kids.
Kids gonna take a little more. Like she was fine. She was fine. She went home for the day. But like,
Nah, not when you're 15.
I can't even laugh. 15? I feel like fucking evil laughing at that.
Not when you're 15.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have told that story. We gonna cut that.
No, you already said it. No, you already said it. No, you already said it.
You said, who am I with right now?
Yeah, 15.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, because if you're if you like later high school, maybe early college, like that make a little sense.
15 is too early.
Because when we're 15, we kind of a little bit more dramatic to some things.
Exactly.
So like you probably gonna take a little more to heart. You probably gonna take a little more heart to 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Are y'all cool?
We're cool. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. We were friends. We was friends all through high school. Yeah.
It's cool. No, it's a funny story though. It's just that 15 was just kind of crazy.
Sorry, girl. You know who she is. But sorry, girl.
So she healed from it.
Yeah, she healed from it. Yeah,
I don't have an April Fool. I don't know if it. See, I got one. I just don't know if it was on April Fools.
Okay.
And if it wasn't on April Fools, that's kind of crazy that we even did this.
Yeah.
But one of my best friends, like when when we was in high school and stuff, we real like into shoes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the whole sneakerhead phase and shit.
Mm-hmm.
One of my best friends, he got another one of my best friends a pair of shoes, but he put it in like a Jordan box, wrapped it, blah blah. So it actually looked like they was like brand new shoes. But when he opened them, and respect to all workers, but I'm just gonna describe the shoes. But you know, like the shoes like you wear like in the kitchen, like so you don't slip.
Okay, yeah.
They was actually that in the Jordan box. So like when he opened them, he really thought they was like, but oh no, but like back then, like who was buying you $300 Jordans?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like you knew something was in there.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
So you had him out here just thinking he got some new Jordans.
No, it was hilarious. We all like busted out laughing. So like,
wait, how old were you when you played this little prank?
Nah, we was like, nah. It was definitely later than 15. For sure. Nah, it was. I think I was. We might have just been maybe 18, 19 at that time. Like 18, 19. Wasn't
cute.
15.
Too old to be playing. No, I'm playing.
Nah, too old to be playing pranks. Yeah, probably. Nah,
I feel like the older is kind of like, okay, that's, where we need to draw the line. Like after you, like 18, okay, why are we still?
Your frontal lobe isn't developed yet. I will give you that. That's all I'm going to give you though. But
I was 15. I was in high school. Okay.
Frontal lobe wasn't developed yet. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to look at that. Exactly. Science.
Exactly. Yeah.
As long as everybody's still cool. Cool.
Yeah, we're cool. Yeah, we're cool. She's cool. She's cool people. Okay, so the next segment that I have here, like we kind of have deep dived into like dating a little bit. Our last episode, we kind of deep dived into that.
Yeah.
So I came across a TikTok video, and I know you're not even really from Dallas. You're not from the area, but this girl that like recently moved to Dallas, she was kind of talking about the dating scene and like how like she was out and niggas is asking her for her LinkedIn, not like social medias or phone numbers.
LinkedIn.
They're asking for LinkedIn.
Oh, you said LinkedIn. LinkedIn. They asking for the LinkedIn.
They're not trying to date. They're trying to network over here.
Tell me what's your LinkedIn. Let me see your job history.
So the TikTok said she said niggas is approaching her for the LinkedIn.
Yes, in Dallas.
They trying to talk or they just like what they?
I guess they just not asking for phone numbers.
She said that's how they spit in game. Is that what she's saying?
Yes. They was trying to ask you.
Yeah. So, I grew up in Arlington.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it go down like that in Arlington.
Right.
So that might be some Dallas shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's some new shit.
That might be some Dallas shit.
It's some new shit now.
That is something very bougie.
LinkedIn, job history. What you trying to do? Like, what you trying to know?
Maybe they trying to see if you got a job. They want a woman who works. They want a woman who works. They try to make.
Okay, so then it should be fair if a woman does that to a man. But watch a woman do that to a man.
Right.
As for
why you need my LinkedIn?
Right. He gonna tense up. Oh, he gonna tense up.
I haven't worked on it in a few years.
I'm trying to find the.
I'm not updating my LinkedIn no more. So
yeah, I'm trying to find like the.
It's whatever. I'm
trying to find the situation like if somebody comes up to me and says, "Yo, like, what's your LinkedIn?"
Like we having a good conversation. Like, oh.
No, I think it was like a prank.
Like one more thing. What's your LinkedIn?
I think it's a prank.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think it was a prank. Because there's no way that you just asked that.
I'm gonna show y'all the video after this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show y'all the video that she posted.
Like she dead ass said people coming to ask for the LinkedIn.
She said.
No, she's trolling.
She's not trolling. She said I think she said she used to live in Houston, and now she moved to Dallas. And she said Houston is so different than Dallas.
I've gotten so many men ask me for my LinkedIn. Every time it's like, hey, what's up, how you doing? Or whatever. It's like, okay, LinkedIn. This is like, obviously in Houston, like, it's like, all right, social media, Instagram, whatever. That's fine, but it's just so funny and it's telling as to the culture in Dallas versus Houston. It's funny.
Y'all asking for LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is crazy. I'm not gonna.
I believe it. I believe that these men out here in Dallas. Yes. Oh yes, 100%. 100%. They're on a whole different level.
Like no gram, no nothing.
A level that nobody really needs to even be on.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, my thing is when I'm talking to somebody, I like to get their social media.
For sure. Yeah.
I like to get their social media just to kind of like see them. I want to see your tagged photos. Like, are you a real person? You're not a catfish. Okay. But I know some people are very like they be on that mysterious stuff.
Instagram get a little tricky though.
Instagram do get tricky.
The Instagram get a little tricky because the Instagram
So what
No,
makes
I'm not
it
gonna say
tricky?
that.
Like what? Like if you got a girl's social media, what would be like? Like oh no, I'm not gonna talk to her. Like what do you look for in her social media? Can you say that?
Yeah, I can say.
Okay.
From experiences, let me say that.
Okay.
From experiences, sometimes like on the grams,
Mhm.
like why all the pictures starting like just from the neck up. You feel me? Like you, it's just like
Charlie
the
was back there laughing.
because you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Like why all the pictures just from the neck up. Like it's just like
I want to show my face. Why you gotta see my body?
because you said we trying to get on the gram and see everything. We trying to see everything on the gram.
Hold on.
We trying to see everything on the gram.
What if you've met this person in person? Like y'all have met in person, I'm giving you my social media. But I understand if you're on dating apps, then yeah.
Well, because, okay,
If
so
you're on dating
outside of like
okay.
we're trying to see what you got going on.
Right.
If it's me, like I'm big on like your outfits.
Okay. So you like a girl
Yeah.
that's she
Just a
kind of
little
has
bit
the
of like
same
a
vibe.
little bit of
She
style.
can't be like just nature girl. Like
For a second, when you said neck up, I thought you were like, what a disgrace, like you're not showing your body. But you're talking about you want to see their outfits.
Like not like what I'm saying is like just like everything. You can't see everything. Man, y'all know that. I know if y'all going through it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know if y'all going through like
I'm
a
trying to just
guy's.
understand. Like,
Y'all going through like a guy's Instagram,
okay.
right?
ah,
Let's say the guy just
that was a raindrop.
everything that he posts is in a hat.
Okay, hat fishing. Oh yeah.
You feel me? But I'm saying everything he posts in a hat. So like basically I'm saying like
So
you
he could be
can't
like
see.
bald or like what?
Yeah, he bald.
We
Yeah,
don't know.
right,
We
okay.
don't know. We don't know. We don't know because you in a hat. We don't know
which
yet.
way it's going.
We don't know if you like if it's really hair up there. We don't know, and that's fine. But it's
Okay.
cool. It's
You know
cool.
what's crazy?
But
I'm
just
sorry to cut you off.
What?
I talked to this guy I met on Hinge,
Mhm.
and we hadn't been on a date yet, but we would FaceTime, just to see each other.
Yeah.
He would always wear like a cap.
Mhm.
He was always wearing a cap
Yeah.
or like a do rag.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't know what his forehead like. Was the forehead
Yeah.
too big?
So
Or
like
He said he might have 5 heads.
yeah, like
he
those
was
those
always wearing
things.
something.
Those things is cool. Like I wear a fair amount, a lot of like hats, like the stitch on them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you go to somebody gram. So you met them to what your point is like you met somebody in person, then you look at their gram. Okay, so you met them, they got a beanie on. All right, boom. So you go to the gram, everything is a beanie, hat, do rag. I'm just saying you might want to see like, dang, like what's your forehead look like?
Yeah.
Man, look, everybody got their certain checklists. I'm just saying, like, if I go to your gram,
and it's just face.
I just want to see your style a little bit, like what kind of like style you. But I can't see your style if it's just from mid chest up, and mid chest up in every picture is kind of crazy. Like I know, like y'all go out or something, y'all might have like your outfits, so you take your little pictures.
I feel like you would.
Or
My Instagram, I kind of want you to like rate it from 1 to 10. You are, yeah. No, you would be like, what the fuck do you even do?
Like, what do you mean? Like you just posting like
you would think that my Instagram is my dog's Instagram.
Like she ain't got no photos on her Instagram.
No pics on the Instagram.
She don't got no pics on her Instagram.
You're just gonna have to see. It's okay. I'm secure. You can judge me.
So if you saw her Instagram, what would you think?
Blocked.
No, like, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, this what I'm saying. Like, no, look, because this picture right here is some style. Okay, it's one. You only got one picture though. That's kind of crazy, though. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of. You only got one picture, but this is like that's style to me. Like, I think that's.
That is a
That's
vintage
not about like that's
alpaca suit. Vintage alpaca. I found this suit.
That's not like trying to like
$5.
see like if you got a body. Like that's not what I wasn't trying to say it like that.
Okay.
Maybe how I described it probably would kind of sound like I wasn't trying to say that. I was just trying to say like mid chest up and we can't see nothing else.
Okay.
I just can't get with that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I can't get with that.
Yeah.
But in that picture though, like it is being honest, like You ain't got no pictures on there, but the picture you do have on there though,
it's
some style though.
It's
like
qualified. You're like, okay,
it qualifies for okay, like
a
she got
mystery,
style for sure.
But I gotta dig into it. I gotta figure her out a little more. You know?
Yeah. So
I gotta meet her in person.
If I see, I'm just saying, like I just gotta, like, cause you know, the night that we met or something, like you might have had you a good fit together. So I'm gonna make sure it just one cap.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
That's
Like,
awesome.
you didn't just hire a stylist for one night, and then next thing you know, I'm like wearing Sperry's and Target clothes. Nothing's wrong with Target clothes, but you know.
I get in my moods. Like sometimes I'll like archive everything. I'm like, I want to be mysterious. So I'll have like one like city photo.
Like you finna drop an album?
Like one little city photo. But I have highlights. I have highlights on my page. On my main page, I have highlights.
Highlights
is
cool.
You can look a little in my life a little bit. Like
highlights is cool.
You can see like the little food I eat,
yeah,
places I go.
Highlights is cool.
And then you know, some days I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna unarchive everything and show it everything.
Yeah. So if y'all going through a guy's Instagram, what's the checklist?
I try not to get into it too much. I feel like it goes both ways. Like sometimes I like guys that are like low key and just don't have no content on their social media, and then sometimes it's like, okay, he has a little aesthetic. I like that. Yeah. He looks like his pictures on other dating apps.
Yeah.
But I think that's the checklist for me. Like, if I'm talking to someone on a dating app, what's your social media? That's like the first question, you know? And then I can go through his social media, see you have tech photos, like what do you look like? Yeah. Like, is it just hats? Like, let's figure that out first. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it goes both ways for me. Yeah. Like, sometimes I like a guy that's like, I don't do social media, but they could be lying. They could be lying.
Nah. Stay away from people like that.
They be like, I don't have any social media.
Stay away from people that what?
That don't got social media, for sure.
What?
Yeah.
See, I would say the opposite. Like especially the men who do like
too much. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
If he just does too much, and that's when you can find that out too. Like if he's doing too much, it's like, okay, no.
That's a difference. But
we can be followers, but I don't think this would work out.
Unless you get paid to, you know, advertise it. If you're an influencer, I understand that you got to do too much. That's how you make your money. But if you not,
so it's cool. So for y'all, it's cool if a guy has like no affiliation with social media.
If we've talked on FaceTime and we've already been out and stuff, and I see I'm attracted to you, and you know I like you, yeah, it don't matter.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Is Instagram? Why is it interesting?
It's interesting.
Why is it interesting?
I don't know. I just kind of feel like
everyone has their own.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody got their own kind of like style with like for like my social media. Like obviously I have to like post certain things and stuff for like certain situations. Blah blah.
Maybe I need to judge your social media. Let me look real quick.
Right. let's look at his social media. Let's look at if you go to Kelly and Friends, and then if you search JB, it should just
come up. I don't know what JB means.
I like your Instagram. You have a good Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You have a good Instagram.
Oh, wait, I think I have seen yours.
Yeah.
Wait, what is this? Bubble. I use Bubble. Did you get paid for that?
Huh?
Do you get paid for that?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah, you know. Okay.
It's a very good skincare.
Do you get paid to say that? No.
Bubble.
Yeah, skincare.
I think I've seen. Is it at Target?
Mm-hmm.
It is in
Target, Walgreens, CVS.
Okay, Bubble. Okay. I like their packaging.
Yes. How do you? I'm sorry. Can we go off topic?
No. Welcome our guests. Thank you, JB, for joining us.
Thank y'all.
And we can just jump in anytime.
Okay.
What's up?
But,
I have a question.
What's up?
How do you know this lovely lady?
We started
love her.
Making music around the same time, and then we still are good friends to this day.
Okay, okay. So,
and then she does a like an annual thing in Dallas for like her birthday, and she puts together an event and she had people open up. So I opened up for her too.
Okay, that's cool. Because I know we kind of talked a little bit about your journey before Haley got here. But I guess we could just start like. I know we talked about how music was first.
Yeah.
aspect of your of your career and your first love. How did that get started? Like, how did you fall
Yeah.
in love with music?
Yeah. So the high school I went to in Mansfield, Arlington area, like we was like a good basketball school for like some years. So I would when we had what we had back in the day, you had like little iPods back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the little iPods era, whatever we used to have.
I think
Nanos.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
oh, y'all.
And I used to record like these little like funny ass voice memos, like rapping with like some homies and stuff like that. But since we was like cussing in them, the high school we played for, my coach, he wouldn't allow us to like put like stuff like that out. Nowadays, kids is putting out shit whenever they want to, blah blah.
Right.
It wasn't like that at the time though.
Yeah.
So I dibbled and dabbled in it like when I was in high school, and then when I finally graduated and I went to college and stuff like that, I got back into it like on a serious note. So just started, kind of like when you figuring out like the lane for everything. I just found studios, and I was big on like groups, like like bands and like groups rapping. So I tried to get like the homies to do like how the Wu-Tang is or Dipset. I tried to do like that type of like vibe. So I tried to put that together, and I did for the most part. We put together this whole tape. We did this crazy like rollout for it.
What was it called?
We put it out at this time when SoundCloud was like SoundCloud. If you got like 3,000 plays, you felt like you was doing something. We had like 3,000 plays in almost like 6 hours, like on the thing. So I felt like we was doing something. But unfortunately, because one of my best friends, he was in college. He was at like a big university. They couldn't do that because if it'll like, I guess, I don't know, it was like mess up. I don't know, something to where he had to take it. He had to be removed from it. So we had to take all the shit down. We had to take it down from everything. Yeah. So, but like I said, maybe I look back on it, maybe that was like adversity to figure out. But once that happened, I kind of took like a solo approach to it, and I got into it.
And then you started producing, right?
No, I started like actually rapping. Like I wasn't doing the. I wasn't doing it
first, and then producing.
So I was just rapping. I was just rapping. So I just started rapping, and then I started just recording a shitload of stuff, and dropped out of school, kept pursuing it and things like that. But as I started like pursuing it, like I said, a little bit earlier when we was talking, I fell into like when you have highs in something and then you kind of hit a little low and you get to the adversity. Right. I failed at the adversity part. So when it was time to like restart it and kind of push yourself through it, I wasn't at that mental space yet. So I kind of got into like a hole, and like my hole was I still was recording. I just wasn't as consistent and passionate about it like as I was. Right. But then I started meeting other musical like friends and stuff like that and hanging around them, and that kind of kept me going.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Because I mean, we talked about like adversity and you making that pivot from like music and then going into acting as well. Because I know you were saying how like you were trying to reach that high. So when you were talking about like beats and stuff, I thought you were producing, but you were actually just rapping on those.
Yeah, I was rapping on different beats. I was using that as the example when you were talking about how did the pivot go from the music to the acting. So a little bit of when I hit the bottom of like the adversity, like with the music, when I tried to like keep pushing myself and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I started kind of like more studying like the game of like the art. So I started, certain people I was inspired by, like I kind of would listen to like their journeys and figure out like how they were doing stuff. And I started to like replicate those things, like and trying to put it into my journey to hope like that would, work out for me. But not everything that you're inspired by needs to be how you should go about it in your own life, because everybody's journey is their journey. And like I said, it's trial and error, but at that time, anything that I was inspired by, I was like, okay, let me try to do it that way then. And like it wasn't true to me though. So when I was saying like with beats, like every, couple of years and stuff, there's a new trend of style of songs that are getting made and beats and stuff like that. And I use Cash Cobain, for example, because he has like unique style of beats that he makes and stuff like that. And they're different than maybe like how we will record like in the South or, LA West Coast like type of beats and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But see me, like I was just trying to get on whatever was the trend, and I was trying to do that. But that wasn't my style. You get what I'm saying? Like that wasn't my style. And even though you're trying to be versatile, sometimes you just gotta stick to what you know and excel at that. So that's what stay true a little bit to yourself.
Because once you have like the thing that makes you you or what's authentic to you, no one can take that from you.
For sure. And it's just best to, like whatever you guys is like podcast is and what's y'all's foundation. It doesn't matter how inspired y'all are. Of course, it's great to be inspired, but stick to like what your vision was. You get what I'm saying? And if you want to add things on to that vision, then so be it. But no, just because somebody did it this way doesn't mean that's exactly how
to go that way.
I think I get what you're saying, and I think a lot of people, they'll get inspired by something and they'll almost try to replicate
for sure
what they're inspired by, and that's not the point of being inspired. Like you're supposed to, I guess, have your own interpretation and still be true to yourself, but you can take snippets of what they do that you like and then have your own twist on
exactly
it.
So that's kind of
once you figure that out, it's like, okay, like
everything makes more sense. Like everything, like things are not working because I'm not being true to me.
And that's exactly
and you're like going too much against the grain. Like it's okay at some point, but
like you really could be having something good going for yourself. You really could be having something good going for yourself, but it just may not be clicking at like how you would want it to be clicking at that moment. It doesn't mean what you're doing is wrong. It's just that maybe it's just a test out here to see like if you really can excel that and just be great at what you're doing. Like I said, I was younger at that time, so that mental state wasn't even there. Of course I know that at the age I am now, but the pivot.
I got a bug in my jaw.
Oh no. Ew.
Yeah, the pivot though that came from how the music to the acting. So when I hit like the the adversity and stuff with the music, I had just got back to my mom's house, and when I was going back to my mom's house, of course, like being back at my mom's, I was feeling like I could kind of maybe like get comfortable a little bit and like figure out like what I want to do and stuff like that.
For sure, yeah.
But damn shit, I was at my mom's house for a month, and she woke up one day and sent me this long ass text basically saying, you got 3 months to figure out like, what you want to do. And like 3 months she said pretty much 3 months and you need to be out this house. Now, of course, when she texted me that, in my younger mind state, I was like, mad as hell and like, what are you, like, saying like, how you gonna, because I got sisters too, and like my sisters is pretty much sitting there figuring their shit out, but it wasn't the same.
But
like for me, I'm gonna get so I'm gonna for sure get to that. At that time though, I didn't understand that, but as I've gotten older, I understood that what she was trying to teach me was just like, as a man, don't get, because I don't know my dad, so my mom plays that role. So she was like, as a man, just don't get, comfortable and just, keep trying to progress in like whatever situation you is. Don't like, settle and stuff like that. And that's really what she was trying to teach me. I don't think it was worded in that way, but that's what she was trying to teach me. And so for those 3 months, while possessively trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. Like I said, I'm still making the music and stuff, but I'm at adversity, so I'm at the bottom of it. Like I'm in that point, so like I'm not inspired to think that this is going to be my way out of something. So I didn't know what to do. All I knew is that I'm going to keep trying to figure the music out though. And like my mom, she supported me with all that, but she still was like, 3 months. And in that time I started just like, I guess kind of like getting a little like depressed. So I would just sit there and just like watch shows and stuff like that. And this is the first time I ever knew what like binging a show was. But I started getting real hooked into the show called Friends, and it was a show called Friends, and it was a show called One Tree Hill. And I started getting like overly like hooked into those shows to a point of where like it kind of became a little weird of how like I just would like go to work and I would just like hurry up and get home so I could turn the show on. Like just like it was like that type of like feeling. And once I got done with those shows, I went into like this rabbit hole of like searching like the actors and like figuring out their stories. And I remember it was like a behind the scene thing that they posted for Friends. And like in the behind the scenes things, all the cast was like crying, like in the behind the, they were like crying because they had just wrapped after 10 seasons or something like that. So that's basically 10 years. They had wrapped the show up, and I guess they was all leaving each other, blah blah. And I'm like, damn, like that's what, like that type of bond and acting. I just wanted that type of like energy and like the connection, the friendships, and like the storylines. And without, I just wanted like that for myself. And as I told you earlier, like I tried to put together like a Wu-Tang Dipset type of thing in the music. So I kind of was like, looking for like that bonds like with like friends and stuff like that. And that's kind of what inspired, like kind of like triggered. So like, how can I get involved in that? But
Yeah.
like I said, in that 3 month plan that I was on, I looked into it, but I didn't go and dive into like how do I become an actor? Like I didn't dive into that yet. I just I just was saying it. And then as I got to like 2019ish, as I was telling you a little bit earlier, I was going through old emails one day, just like randomly, just like in the bed, just I don't even know why I just was like going through a random old email I used to have like when I was in college. And I was going through like old notes, trying to like, your notes after a while just start stacking up. So I was trying to go in there to delete notes. And while I was going through these things, I had something in my email when I was in college. It said to sign up for theater and drama. Like that's what my notes had said. And then my email, it had a list of classes that I was trying to enroll in, and it had theater and drama. Like as I said, so when I was doing the music and stuff, I wasn't thinking about go and do that, but I don't know why it was said though. I don't know why it was said.
Right.
So then I was like, okay, like maybe that meant something, right? So then I go into this rabbit hole of figuring out how to try to become an actor, and even like, some people will like DM now and ask me like, how do I get involved with acting? And like I said, when I was earlier, like everybody's journey is not your journey. So I just tell them,
just start.
find stuff in your area and just take it from there.
Yeah.
Which is what I did, but I did it in a different state, of course, than what I was in. So that's kind of how I got involved. And I literally just said, why did I keep telling myself this back then, and why am I so possessively obsessed like with shows and how actors like become like what they are. And then once I got into it and actually started going through classes and studying, I thought acting was just you get some lines and just go up there and do it. But that is 100% like not what it was. It was way more of a emotional connection, a physical connection, just a whole rabbit hole of how much goes into acting. So that pretty my mom gave me a 3 month plan, and I looked back at some things and was just like, maybe it meant something. So
you didn't appreciate it in the moment,
for sure.
Like
Yeah.
now thinking back, you're just like, okay, my frontal lobe's developed. I understand why she put me on that plan.
Yeah. And every time I talk to like my family now and stuff too, like when we start like going back through things like what I was doing as a kid and stuff like that, I started thinking about like how much I always tried to like play something or like replicate somebody or try to like rap like somebody. So to circle it all back with the music, remember how I was saying like when you get inspired by something and you're trying to replicate it to a point of like, I'm gonna maybe process it like how they were doing it. That's literally the same thing as studying. Like if you're studying a actor, that's literally the same. Or you're studying an actor or a role. But if you're studying like how Jamie Foxx played, Ray Charles and stuff like that, like he had to go and study it. Like he had to study him, and he didn't take notes and applied it to height. He took notes, did everything that he was doing, and used himself. And that's literally what being an actor is. So that's how I did it.
So my next question: do you have like a top 3 favorite actors that you are like inspired by?
Of course, top 3 actors. I think for me, I'm bigger more like on the actors who have done like the music side of stuff and have become who they are in acting. So like a Snoop Dogg, Joey Badass, Davies, Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi, that's a big one for me. Good. Like that's a big and Kid Cudi was someone earlier on, like I was still is, but very obsessed like with his music. And when I figured out he was also doing acting as well too, and he's actually a very good actor too, and very natural. Like I started seeing those things, and that's kind of the world and like space. Like I said, I'm still gonna continue to do my music,
Right.
My acting has just took off a little bit more
right now.
than that, and it
Yeah.
outstands that, and that's perfectly fine because I'm thankful for that for sure.
Yeah.
And I want my acting to be what I'm represented as. I just don't want to lose like my first love thing too. So
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I think about Andre 3000.
Andre
too.
3000, yeah, Andre
Yeah,
3000 for
he's a
sure,
great
for sure.
actor
Yeah,
as
that's the
well.
one for sure.
Yeah. So when you do like casting calls,
Yeah.
and just like going through rejection
Yeah.
and just the whole process of that, like how do you feel like now, since you like have an idea of what it is, like it's easier to get through, or do you feel like it's still like something that like you're sensitive to if you don't get a specific role or whatever?
Yeah, overly sensitive, and I think all my overly sensitive, and all my
Yeah.
family and friends will tell you that when you have been in like this industry and business, and taking on these auditions and different casting calls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like overly doing something and hearing no, but you just really got to have tough skin and know that it's not you that's the problem. It's just that role maybe just wasn't for you, or it just maybe means to continue to perfect your craft. But like I said, sometimes when you're going through casting calls, there's a select few of casting that hold on.
Oh, there's an airport close by, so
has a point of where like they're just creating a clean slate to like whoever kills this role between these 15 people. There's some casting that just already has like a face, and they might just be wanting to like
that
feel that certain specific. So you literally could be killing an audition, but your hair is not naturally curly. You feel what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you wasn't great for that role.
Right.
But you also can do that. They might say, actually, you know what? Forget the hair being curly. Let me go with that.
Right.
It literally just it's a toss up of like wherever you catch your catch at. That's all. That's literally all it is. Yeah. For me though, the auditions and stuff I do now, or been doing and still doing, you sit there and you studying something for 4 hours, and you turning stuff in with a 6-hour frame, not a 24-hour frame. The mindset that goes into that. So whatever schedule you have, work, family, whatever you have to attend to, still you got to sit there and know these lines and these scripts and go up there and give your performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough when you hear and no, like saying for a lot of things, but I also have heard yes for stuff too, and the yeses beat out the no's, but it's been more no's than yeses for sure. But the rejection stuff though.
Sorry, no, I was gonna say the probability. You were saying like you hear so many no's, but that one yes makes that huge difference. What do they say? You can get out of like 10, you get 9 no's, but that one yes, like makes me. I don't know why I mentioned that, but I do have a question for you. Whenever you are, whenever you're, so do you go on a website when you're looking for roles? Here, I'll hold it. You go on a website whenever you're looking for auditions? Do you have an agent who sends you things?
When I first started off, like, it was a lot of websites, a lot of different like casting platforms you can go and like create your profile and stuff like that, and submit like your face card and your resume too. So it's like there was a platform there, but I got 2 agents now though, so they pretty
resume.
Much, so it's like like when you're going to a new job and they want you to have experience.
Yes.
Like, so same thing with acting, kind of. They want to see like, have you done something? But you gotta book something to do something, right? So it's not that it's a chess game a little bit, but if you don't have a resume, you pretty much are just filling out like size cards, face, So like that's how I started off. But now I have 2 agents to where like stuff just like comes to my email now, and
they just send it your way. They're like, all right, got something for you.
Yeah, here and
what do you think?
Knock it out.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even to your point of like, you kind of have to have that resume, like same as like a job situation. I think about that what's that show on YouTube? The balloon show.
Yeah.
That got picked up on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like I know people are like, it's not as good as what
I
it
haven't
was.
watched it, but
I've never watched it before. I watched
like the regular.
I watched one episode before, but I was just saying like, just shout out to I think she was married. It's like a married couple that started the YouTube, but shout out to her because now she has like a resume. If she ever wants to make more work, baby, you working with Netflix? Oh, that looks great on your resume.
Yeah, for sure.
That looks amazing on your resume. She can do whatever she wants after that,
Yeah,
So
and again, to your point when you were saying how like is it like you submitting the websites and stuff like that?
Yeah,
I'm just like reflecting back on that, like because there obviously was a point I didn't have a resume for acting, right?
Right.
There's a point I didn't have one. So like, how do you get people to still try to like take you on?
Yeah.
Where you got to start off a little bit locally, so you got to start maybe finding like student films or finding like the schools that are and start like getting involved maybe with those things, and from there obviously you network with different other actors and actresses.
You never know who you might meet.
Yeah, producers or directors or whatever, and then everybody's creating something and you just start just doing that, and then it just picks up from there. For me, I started doing those same things. Blessings for me, I found a producer director. She had been in the business for like 60 years.
Wow.
And when she kind of like put me on to my acting. It's like 60
That's a long
years.
time.
Yeah. Yes. And she had put me on to acting. She was teaching at a school that I was going to, like a 6-week school. And she put me onto like a acting website, kind of like in replica of like maybe a LinkedIn or Indeed or something like that. She put me on to like a website of that for actors, and I got involved with that, and then that's how I booked the Wu-Tang show from that.
Yeah.
But I didn't book the Wu-Tang show from having no agent though. I booked it from her telling me to get on this platform, and it was a platform that everybody could sign up for, but it was just the fact of going to go meet the right person to tell you kind of where you should go with it. Yeah.
Okay, I never got around to watch the Wu-Tang show, but
Really?
I watched like maybe I was excited to watch it. I just had never gotten around because it was on what? It was on HBO or Hulu. It was on Hulu. Yeah. Okay, so I could still go watch it. So how was that experience like was that one of your first like big roles that you were in?
That was my first one. Yeah,
wow.
I did a couple like short. I did like a couple little short films. I was doing stuff, and it wasn't even coming out. Like I was going to go do like, people will be doing like these casting calls and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
it just wouldn't come into fruition.
It was like the vision was there, but I guess when it was getting to the touches of maybe like money had to come involved to get it like out there and stuff like that, it just wasn't coming out. So like I was working like and doing what I love to do, but I couldn't showcase it, and that was hard for me too because I'm also trying to showcase myself a little bit to show that like I can act, not just that I'm saying I've been acting, that you can see me doing it, and those things wasn't coming out, and I was going for sure, and I was going through that same thing even when the Wu-Tang came about. When the Wu-Tang came about, I didn't have nothing out with me showcasing my performance as an actor. I had stuff on my resume a little bit, but I didn't have like a performance to say, oh, I could see like how he got involved with Wu-Tang. Okay. So when it came about, I had booked a short film in LA, and I was out in LA, and this is another one of the things, something I had did, but it never had came out.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it wasn't coming out yet, but when I got out there, it kind of was just like it was a self-reflection moment for sure. It kind of was something that like, okay, this is dope, but I'm hoping that this comes out and not something else I just did because I just basically
came all the way here
through the bank account all the way just to get out here.
Yeah,
they were still, even though maybe these might not have been released, they still paid you, right?
No, not this. Not starting out. No, see, when I was starting out, like the mindset and vision, it wasn't about the money. It was about getting myself. It's about getting myself out there to be seen.
Yeah.
If I got like, don't get me twisted. Like they know, like maybe could we help with like gas or maybe a lunch and stuff like that for sure. But spend like the flight and the hotel. You get what I'm saying? We know how much. That's me. Yeah, that's me.
Wow.
At this time, like
at that
not
time,
starting out, and not everybody is like that. Some people know like whatever. Nothing against people. Some people just don't have a budget for that. Like and they just and I also like.
Are they good?
He's just having a conversation. Or
yeah,
something. Talk fast.
Some people when they're doing these short films and stuff, they want you to like be local to the area.
Yeah.
See me, I was local. I was local to like any area, and that's what I kept saying. Like I didn't just say, "Oh, I was based in Dallas," or "I was based in LA," or "I was based in New York."
Right.
I said, if it was a short film that said they was casting in LA, I went to
What happened? Is there any like new projects you're currently working on that you can like talk about?
Yeah. So right now, me and my brother, he plays overseas in Paris, but we've been working on it's like a dress wear clothing brand, like a luxury dress wear clothing brand.
Yeah.
So kind of just like stuff for outings, like award shows, dates, more of like that type of dress wear like apparel.
Okay.
So
is it like formal or is it?
I would say it's more like formal. It's not like anything like street wear, nothing like that. It's literally more like like button up stuff. Like just more like going out and it's like it's like
kind of pieces.
it's just more like luxury dress wear. That's the best way I can say it. It kind of has a little bit of implements to kind of see the style in like the streetwear, but I definitely kind of stepped away from the streetwear type of stuff. So I got that coming up. I just did some JCPenney stuff, so
I saw that on your page. Yeah,
and then in mid-June, I'm getting ready to go work on a film. So, in New York.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah. You are busy.
Big Apple.
Stay busy. Yeah.
Big Apple.
Right. Yeah. So how long are you're going to be out there for the rest of the year for that? Or?
Not that I know of at least, but I like being out there though.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
I like being out there. Yeah. I love being out there for sure.
Yeah.
Being out where?
In New York. Yeah.
In New York. Okay.
Yeah. Have you been to New York?
I've been once.
Yeah.
And that's when I just turned 21. I had no plans of even drinking on my 21st birthday. I just wanted to shop. Like I put so much debt on my American Express card. I'm still paying that shit.
Yeah.
But I if I'm going to go to New York, it's either to go run around Central Park or to shop.
Yeah.
Central Park is nice. Yeah.
Soho.
Yeah.
For sure.
Times Square. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I still haven't been to Times Square. I haven't seen Lady Liberty yet or Times Square.
Where is she at?
Lady Liberty is.
Did she like water?
Yeah,
she's Ellis Island. So you have to take like a boat to get.
Yeah.
I haven't done like the touristy stuff yet. Like, because I was telling you, my best friend, he lived out there. So anytime I went, I was staying with him. We were kind of just roaming around either like Brooklyn or where he was, Bronx or whatever. But I haven't done no touristy stuff yet. I need to go and do that.
Out there all the time.
So fast paced. Like just leaving the airport. Like I like to do LaGuardia. Like
for sure.
They've definitely like remodeled it. It looks so nice now. But just going there.
I remember they were starting to work on stuff in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I came like after it was done.
Yeah, seeing it full circle.
That's the airport I like to go, and then like just having that time to like get on the bus and then getting on the subway and like finding my way. I think it's
like a true New Yorker.
Yeah. Get on the metro, trying to figure it out. I'm just like, I'm gonna figure it out myself. Okay, friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like everyone's not like that. So
like I said, the New York, it kind of it's a lot of like fast paced, but
it's very fast paced. Yeah,
being out here just feels a little bit. There's some space around here, so it just feels like a little bit of room to breathe. But I think it's just kind of the thing of if people are a city person or not, kind of type of thing.
Yeah.
I like the city, but I also like to get on some land somewhere and chill out.
Yeah. Take a break from everything.
Yeah, like I said, I grew up in Arlington, Mansfield though, so.
It's like pretty rural out there. You know what I mean? Like
the cutest little lady. Oh, it's gone.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like nothing out there, right? or
Where
in Arlington? I'm
Yeah,
not in Arlington, so I really don't know.
To you, the
yeah,
Okay, my
Arlington,
bad.
maybe
Arlington,
I
that
don't know what
Mansfield.
Arlington is.
Mansfield was like smaller
Mansfield.
when I was growing up, but it's expanded crazy now though.
Yeah.
houses are very expensive in Mansfield now.
It's
Really,
expanded.
I'm never out that direction, so I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
that life.
expanded. It's expanded crazy now. So
I
Yeah.
actually heard that they've got a proposal to build like a big shopping center over in Mansfield, right?
I wouldn't be. They didn't
Yeah,
build
I
like.
wouldn't be
they
surprised.
building.
Yeah, I heard they built like
They're for sure
like a
building.
HEB and
People
all
are
that
finding
stuff over
out,
there
Yeah,
now.
we have so many HEBs now. Finally,
Yeah.
Dallas got HEBs.
Yeah, no, Mansfield.
It's been a long time.
It's grew.
Yeah.
It's grew a lot. I mean, I feel like every time when I'm back out here, like visiting people and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
every time I go over there, I'm seeing something
New.
built on
Yeah.
or like new.
Yeah.
And even
Let
like the
me-
deeper you go.
Let me ask you this: would
What's
you have a house in Mansfield? Like, would you retire? Would you kind of like? Would
Come
that be
back.
like your like permanent residence in Mansfield?
At one point, like if you're
No, I wouldn't personally, only because man, I grew up out there.
Okay,
You know,
you're too close to home.
yeah, like sometimes like when you start like moving out more and like being in
Seeing
like
more
different
stuff,
areas, stuff
yeah.
like that, it's kind of not that like home is home. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna always be like home, but
right.
I guess maybe for a comfortability standpoint, if I'm just like maybe not
Just
feeling
one
like
home
as
here. Yeah,
comfortable,
just one home here.
if I would have a
In
home,
my 5 homes, I just have one.
Right, just one here. Yeah, because I know like when I want to like settle down and start a family, like obviously I want to leave Texas one day, but when I'm ready to like get married and stuff, I want my kids to be close to like their grandma and grandpa and family and stuff. So I would love to have like a home here, but maybe not stay here, but just have a home.
Yeah, see,
have a home here.
I'm from Mississippi, so my people.
My family's from Mississippi.
Oh, yeah?
My dad's side from Batesville.
Okay, I'm from Greenville.
Okay, how far
so
is
like
that?
30. Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah, it's like
right.
probably like 30 minutes from Jackson.
Okay, Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I know
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah. My dad's side is from Batesville. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm not
think
there
maybe
often, but yeah, ain't nothing out there.
I want to close off and say I wouldn't have a home in Mansfield if I. Well, it wouldn't be my only home. I would say.
Right.
That.
Exactly.
Right.
It would just be one home.
Yeah, it'd probably be
Yeah.
like one.
Family can get
But I'm trying to
together.
figure out like.
What?
I don't know if I want to even keep seeing the same stuff in Mansfield.
I'm dead.
Been seeing that your whole life.
To a convenience store and they might be like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. But.
like, I left here for a reason. Don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'm heavy into like trying to do stuff for like like nonprofit and stuff for like kids. Like one of the biggest things I'm trying to do is I want to put together like a so it's like a nonprofit organization for like kids to get into like the arts, because I feel like when I was growing up I feel like when I was growing up it was more so like to go.
I saw you in the reflection of his glasses.
Hold on, I'm about to show it to you.
Aww.
I feel like when I was growing up it was more kind of you had to go and register for certain programs
for that.
and
Yeah.
money was difficult at that time.
Right.
Like money is obviously very difficult now.
Yeah.
And I feel like sports and stuff is cool, but the art side of things helps like connect with emotions and being able to replicate like different scenarios with like maybe like other kids and
yeah.
If you want to be mad, well, let's give y'all like a angry scene or something. Let's put it on a script.
Color.
Right, let's put it on a script and like do it in that way. Or if y'all want to, or if you just like different things to like maybe help kids kind of get away from like the sports and electronics and stuff all the time.
Yeah,
that's something I really plan on doing for sure.
I love that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for
No,
sitting down with us.
Thank y'all for sure.
Enjoyed
I
the
love what y'all
conversation.
doing too.
Yeah, thank you.
So keep going and keep doing the vision with that. For sure.
We appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, y'all.
Like that.
Uh-huh.
I feel like out here you could kind of like.
I just pressed record.
Like here you kind of have like a little like peace of mind a little bit.
Yeah.
But when you go like to other areas,
yeah.
like I'd say like Atlanta's and New York and stuff like that, since everybody out there is something. Like what I mean by that is like everywhere you go, restaurant, store, corner store, whatever, like everybody out there is doing something. Like they're like some type of creative in something. So it always makes you feel like you should be doing should be doing something or something productive. And that's the only thing I would say about Dallas. I feel like sometimes there's people who like maybe want to come and interview, but
yeah,
they could just be talking, or are they actually going to show up, or are you actually serious about what you're doing? You get what I'm
right,
saying? And those
right,
are like different
yeah,
things. Like I don't feel like that
I get that.
happens in other like states out there. I feel like my experience in being in Dallas sometimes it's like sometimes like the creatives, like, you know, they're creative, but like it's
Yeah,
also the passion side. And what I like, you know, about, you know, what you're doing is like you damn near was determined. If I can cuss, I don't know if you cool we cussing?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like you damn near determined. Sorry, I
Right.
sorry I
Oh
asked that.
shit, let me move my bag.
It's like you damn near determined that, you
Yeah,
know, I'm gonna like get this done, rain or not, and I respect that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think like the end of last year, I just had just a point where I'm just like, you need to do what you want to do, Kelly. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,